Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute TA for 4/20, 2025. If you partake in the holidays, I hope you've had a real good time, head in the clouds, and all of that good stuff. If you've been celebrating Easter, I hope you've also had a wonderful time. If you've just concluded your Passover traditions, I hope you've also had a great holiday. Before we get started, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and as a thank you, I give you an otter wearing a cape, riding an otter looking like dragon. Ain't that great? Now, without further ado, we shall rise together into the charts. Alrighty, so we'll start on the weekly chart, weekly candle close, all that good jazz. This is the candle that just closed, so we'll be paying attention up here, these numbers up here. I'll keep my cursor over here and read them to you. We opened the week at $84,881. We got to a high of $86,441, got to a low of $83,111, and we closed the week off at $85,136. It was pretty flat as far as weeks go. Now, what are we seeing? Well, we started off this new week fairly well. As soon as the week ended, we saw a little bit of a rally. Not a huge one, but a bit of a rally. Bitcoin went up from around 85 to around 87, which is where it's hovering right now. But we're going to stick to the weekly, which is, bigger. So we won't. It's a good start to the week, though, It's a good start to the week. However, this being a spintop candle like that usually indicates that a reversal is coming. Not always, but most of the time, like here and here and here and, well, there, no, not there, and not here either. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it did. 6, it did. 7, it did. 8, it did. After coming up a little bit too. Yeah. So most of the time it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, and also sometimes, where do we see that? Sometimes it doesn't. Well, it does, but it looks like it won't first. So hopefully that's not what we're seeing here, but it very well could be. Still got this bear flag here on the weekly. That would play down to about 66,500. We are breaking up out of that bear flag. How high do we need to get to invalidate that bear flag there? Well, let's see what the retracement would say. I know it's in this other retracement, so we'll just make it a little longer. Whoop, like that. And, did it the wrong way. Whoopsies. Let me reverse that real quick, like that. All right. The 93,262 level. If we can get up to that level, we will invalidate this bear flag, and then we'll just have this big bull flag on our hands. And you'll notice that if the bear flag hits, we'll be right down to our 786, which will be right to the level of invalidation for the bull flag. But if the bull flag hits, well, then we got our measured move from this pole, which would lead up to, click, scale down, 150,000. And we got this pole, if the bull flag were to be drawn more like so. Well, if that were to play out, we'll, from the same level, we'll put it down here. We won't do the wick. Well, then we're seeing about 119,000. So yeah, I mean, those are the upsides. Those are the downsides. The week is kind of 50-50. We are bouncing off the 50 moving average here. Did see a bounce off the 50 moving average, which is what we saw throughout this whole bull run. We talked about this last week. Throughout the whole bull run, every time we bounced off the 50, we saw a big rally. So maybe we'll see it again. Maybe we'll get to that 119. Maybe we'll get to 150. But there's always still a chance that this bull flag takes us to the downside. And that this spin top candle here that we just closed reverses our upward trend. Let's look at the indicators real quick. Here on the Stokes, we are seeing some upward movement. We are coming out of overbought territory. I'm sorry, oversold territory. Coming up out of it and pushing RSI into bullish territory. Not over the signal line yet. Got to get over that signal line before we can say that there's a bullish momentum. But once that signal line is breached, then there's bullish momentum here on the weekly. There's bullish momentum here on the Stokes, and the Stokes are starting their upwards oscillation. Will they have one more of these like big upswings? Possibly. Will they get stalled out at the 50 like it did here? Also possibly. What happened here? Well, that was back in July of 2024. We were down near 55. We came up to about 68. We thought that's the beginning of the rally. And nope, not happened. We came right back down even further, actually down to roughly 57. And yeah, you can see the Stokes came right back down. And later on, we did come back up, but there's no guarantee that we'll come back up again. If we fall back under the 50, well, then likelihood of coming down to the 200 is pretty good. And if we come down to the 200, well, we're probably in a bear market, because when we get close to that 200 on the weekly, well, that's when we're in the bear market. Yeah. So let's hope for the bull flag to take hold. Let's hope for that, but be ready for this bear flag. Hopefully we bounce off that 50 and see another rally, but be ready for us to fall under it as well and to be like, heading down to the lows of of the bear cycle. Bear cycles start at the top, bull cycles start at the bottom. Bull cycle actually started right here and kept on running up from there. See, price went up. The bear cycle starts here and, well, maybe here, hopefully up here, and then price action will start moving down from there. All right, let's do a real quick look at the time frames that we look at every day. Here on the 90-minute chart, we see ourselves breaking out of this. Let me make it bigger. Oh, whoopsies. I was on the daily. I hadn't clicked over to the 90. There's the 90. No. Click. And click. Okay, so the 90-minute. You can start seeing some nice nice price action pushing to the upside. And this has just been happening in the last couple hours. Right after the week closed, actually. Excuse me. It's good. I like seeing that. We're breaking up out of this bull flag, out of this ascending triangle. So let's see if either of those targets get hit. Ascending triangle's target up at 89.1. The bull flag's target is a little bit higher, up here at around 91,000. So yeah, if we can get there, amazing. If we can't, we'll see the upside. We've seen some upside. I closed a long position, made a little money. And now we'd be watching for this resistance from the bull flag to act as support. I think we would likely see a pullback from here. Why? Well, we're very far from the 21. That's this thick red line there, center of the Bollinger Bands. But we have broken out to the upside from the bull bands. See, they were squeezing, break out to the upside. But we are far from the 21 moving average here, and price action likes to come back to the 21 when there's usually a breakout from it. Like here, broke away from it, came back to it, broke away from it, came back to it. Yeah, so that's probably what we're going to see. We are seeing overbought RSI. We're seeing overbought stochastics. Let's take a quick peek at the 22. Same thing, overbought. But we're not seeing bearish divs though, so there could be a little more room to run up. How much more room? Well, maybe this symmetrical triangle, 89.2. Either way, we're happy with this move because this move did create, we can see it better on the 6-hour chart here. Whoop. That move did create a higher high. See? Higher high than our last high. Continuation of our uptrend there. We've also moved over this upward trending wedge. Or upward trending resistance. Make that green now. We've moved higher than it. Let's see if it can stay resistance. I know we haven't flipped it. Open and close a candle over it, but that's okay. We're back over 85. Look at that. Can we get to 90? I hope so. We're over the 200 here on the 6-hour. We're over the 200 on the 90-minute chart. We're over the 200 on the 22-minute chart. We're over the 200 on the 5-minute chart. We're over the 200 on the 1-minute chart. Yes, sir. 1-minute chart's actually, the 21's come up to it again. This might keep running. Look at this. There's not even really a divergence. There was. Look at that. Divergence. But it didn't even play out. Like, kind of did. The Stokes played out from the divergence, but the price action stayed up. Strong. Could keep running. It definitely could keep running. 6 hours. So yeah, 6-hour, we're broke up over that. We're still in this bear flag though. You know how high we got to get. We got to get over that 90. Really the 786, but the 90 for the most part. We got this complex head and shoulders. If that complex head and shoulders plays out, what we talked about yesterday, we would see a move up to 94. And yeah, I mean, things are looking good. The Stokes are looking positive. The RSI is looking strong here. Like, even if we do see some pullback on the 90, retest 85, things are looking pretty strong here on the 6-hour chart. We're a little far from the 21 here as well, but things are looking strong. So, like, if it pulled back a little bit but stayed over 85, we could still see this move continuing up. But be careful. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in the sense of, like, if we look at the 90-minute chart, it looked like it was breaking out to the downside, but then turned around. The same thing could be happening here on the 6-hour chart, where it looks like we're breaking up to the outside, breaking out to the upside, and then it turns around. So watch out for that. But things are looking fairly bullish, and things are looking like it could be moving up there. Could be about time to invalidate that bear flag there on the 6-hour. Okay, let's look at the daily real quick. Hey, daily, did you close over 85? Did you actually do it? You did. So it opened at 85.50 and it closed at 85.136. Not much over 50, but that flipped it. That flipped 85 to support, and that kicked the frickin' bulls off. And look at that. Bam. Started this day off good. Doesn't mean it'll keep going. I mean, the Stokes are in overbought territory. RSI looks like it wants to keep moving, though. And if the lower time frames, like the 6-hour and stuff, keep moving up, and the Stokes are moving to the upside here, the daily will stay stuck. The daily Stokes will stay stuck up here in overbought territory. Still got this double bottom that we're looking at to play out up here to 94, which would correlate with the head and shoulders that we were looking at on the 6-hour chart. That's right here. So yeah, where's our next resistance? It's up here. We're pretty much at it right now. It's around 88,000. That's our last high. was right around a little lower, actually. I guess it's more like 87.7. Yeah, if we don't count the wicks, 87.7. We're basically there right now. We just wicked up to it, finding resistance at that last high, but we need to break over it. We need to put in that higher high in order to really solidify that our trend is reversing. We talked about this yesterday, so I'm not going to really go over it a lot again. You can watch yesterday's video to get that, but yeah, things are looking good. Things are looking okay. I mean, we want to see this higher high, but even if we don't get it, like same deal with the 6 hour, we could see her, move back down a little bit, but that doesn't mean we're out. We could then see a higher low, which would still indicate, hey, trend might be reversing, and then we would need that higher high, but I would love to see that higher high come in first. All right, we'll see what happens. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Music courteously provided by Luminist, Veloa, and Sax Squatch. Thank you if you've made it this far in the video. You are amazing. Please give me a like, give me a subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Much love.